All right, let's declare best day ever. Yes. We have a bake sale. You're here to remind ourselves of the divinity of who we are and to remind each other. Welcome. I'm Valerie Reeves. I'm the spiritual director here and the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living. Welcome here where we are transforming lives, building dreams, and revealing love, where all we ask is that you stay completely open to changing your life by changing your mind. Welcome home. Yay, knowing all is well. Hello to all of you that are joining us online. And I'm knowing something wonderful is really happening besides the bake sale today. It is the fact that we are here, goodness is happening, and let's all stand and join the choir for a community song. If you choose.
You are every mountain, God you are every ocean, God you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky, God you are every morning, God you are every midnight, God you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God, you are every sunrise, God, you are every moon glow. God, you are every star shine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every springtime. God, you are every snowfall. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. 'Cause you are the very breath I breathe, and your perfect love created me. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you.
Let's give it up for the choir. And Chris, too. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I am Brandi Pagano, and it is my pleasure to serve as your MC today. Welcome. Here at the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living, we are an all-inclusive center of love. We recognize and celebrate each person as divinely unique. We view each individual as an expression of the one spirit in all. Together, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone. And I want us to really just sit with that. We are co-creating a world that works for everyone. I claim that. I claim that truth. We teach and embody the science of mind principles that support our core values, which are love, healing, spiritual growth, oneness, abundance, service, and diversity for all. Thank you for choosing to be here today. And as Valerie says, welcome home. Thank you to everyone watching us online, and we hope to see you soon. Say hello in the chat box and let us know how you're doing today. And if you are joining us in person for the very first time, we have a welcome packet for you that you can get out at the garden room. So welcome if this is your first time, and We'll probably want to hug you later, so welcome. There's lots of goodies in your welcome packet, things about our center, and also our Higher Visions bookstore and more. So make sure you get one of those on your way out if you didn't get one already today. All of the ways that you can connect with our center can be found in your program. Thank you to our greeters for passing those out today. Let's see, there's information on how you can connect with the office, reach the practitioners, and stay in the loop of what's going on throughout the week. We also have a texting service that you can join. We send out announcements and event reminders. This is also another way that you can get in contact with the office and your practitioners. So if you have a question or a prayer request, you can text that number, and the number is up on the monitors. Thank you, Nicholas. And now it's time for announcements. Current events happening at our center can always be found at the concierge table, online through our social media platforms, and the community calendar found on our website, and you can find all that information in your program. These are all updated regularly, so please check in often as we are always adding more new and exciting opportunities to gather here at our center. Today is our fall baked goods auction fundraiser right after service. This is not a competition between the men and women. However, this is a community fundraiser for our organization. So thank you to everyone who baked and put their love into the goodies. And thank you to everyone who is going to be participating in the auction. This is a fundraiser to support our center, so we greatly appreciate it. And it's a lot of fun to do together. So I hope that you stay and join us for the bake sale today. Tomorrow, our office will be closed in honor of Veterans Day. Veterans Day is not just about remembering those who have served. It's also about showing that their contributions are valued and appreciated. Whether through small acts of kindness or larger gestures, we can honor the legacy of those who served in the armed forces. If you're a veteran, could you please stand so we can honor you today? Thank you so much. Thank you for your service. An absolute thank you to all veterans everywhere. Your bravery, sacrifice, and dedication to our country are deeply appreciated. It's because of your service that we have the freedoms that we get to enjoy today. Whether served in wartime or peacetime, the commitment to protecting others is something we should never take for granted. Thank you to all veterans for your service. And moving forward, Drum Circle this week has been rescheduled to the following Wednesday, November 20th. The doors open at 6:45 and Janet begins promptly at 7. So the doors will be locked to honor the sacredness of this experience. So please arrive early before 7 o'clock if you are choosing to come to Drum Circle on November 20th. That's the new date. And there's flyers in the garden room for that if you have any questions. Also, our fundraiser dance night with Caliente has been rescheduled due to low ticket sales. We apologize for any inconvenience, and we will gladly refund your money to those who already purchased a ticket. Don't worry, though, we will have them back in the spring for another fundraiser dance. So thank you for supporting our center and our fundraiser events. We really appreciate it. Our twice-a-month garden party cleanup day is coming up again on Saturday, November 16th. Join us from 8 to 9:30 as we maintain our buildings and grounds. Did I get that right? Oh, I heard chatter. I thought I was wrong. Okay, please see Frank or Clay if you have any questions. I have really good hearing, so when I hear you guys say something, I'm like, oh, did I mess up? And I do want to, so speaking of our service, I do want to give a big thank you to our day of service yesterday. So if you showed up yesterday, I'm not going to call you out, but thank you so much for your support. And I am going to call out Reverend Valerie, because I have never encountered a spiritual director get down and dirty the way that Valerie does. So I just want to appreciate and show our gratitude to everybody that showed up yesterday. We cleaned chairs, we spot cleaned carpet, we spot cleaned chairs everywhere. If you're sitting on a chair, it's probably been cleaned to the best of our ability. We were kind of a low crew, but thank you so much. So if you're looking for ways to serve, if it's vacuuming, dusting, anything like that, we could definitely use your support. And then the buildings and grounds, they work outside the first and third Saturday of every month. So if you have any questions, you can see me in the office, Reverend Valerie, Clay, or Frank, and we appreciate you. Moving forward, our monthly board meeting is next Sunday, November 17th, right after service. As always, all are welcome to join, and we eat while we meet. So you can bring your own lunch, or you can have pizza and salad that the center will provide. Thank you so much. Karaoke night is set this month for Friday, November 22nd. You can join Tina. Tina, raise your hand, please, in case anybody wants to know who Tina is. Tina and the fun crew will be there from 6 to 9. Even if you don't sing, come support your friends and have a good time. There's no admission fee. However, love offering donations are welcome to help support our center. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, even if you don't sing, you can bring snacks, you can bring board games, and it's a lot of fun. No judgment either. So if you can't sing, it's totally okay. We love you anyways. Our Thanksgiving potluck is coming up on Sunday, November 24th, right after service. That is the Sunday right before Thanksgiving. There is a sign-up sheet in the garden room for items to bring and to sign up to help with the setup, the prep, and cleanup. Again, all are welcome, and we appreciate your participation. We are looking forward to sharing a meal in gratitude together as a community. And just like a family, it takes a village. So if you are feeling called to share in any way, bringing food, setting up, cleaning up, putting some money in a donation so that we can help support the other items that aren't brought, we appreciate you so much for joining in that. We are so proud to announce that the Interfaith Gathering of Peace is happening here at our center on Tuesday, November 26th at 7 p.m. Various faith-based organizations from across the high desert all come together in unity and peace, demonstrating what is possible. The theme this year is a brand new day. We would be honored if you could join us as we celebrate our oneness and unity together. There will be light refreshments after service. Also, we will be collecting donations of canned or pre-packaged non-perishable food. It's greatly accepted and appreciated, and the collection goes to help support those in need this holiday season. And if you don't know about the Interfaith Council, they have brought so many different faiths together, and the purpose of the Interfaith Council is to promote the mutual understanding, respect, and education among the faith-based organizations promoting oneness. So it's a really great day of celebration and service, and I hope you can join us. As a reminder, our practitioner team is here to serve you. You can find a prayer request box in the garden room or see the practitioner of the day every Sunday right after service. We have a prayer circle here, so if you're looking for a little quick spiritual mind treatment, which is what we call here in the Science of Mind our affirmative way to pray, you can join us here every Sunday for a little quick spiritual mind treatment. Our practitioners are here to know the truth for you and work with you as you change your thinking by changing your life. Thank you, practitioners, for your service. And now I welcome our practitioner for today, Judy St.Clair, who also has a special announcement. So please join me in welcoming Judy St.Clair, who I think is a Christmas tree.
Hi! Hi, Judy! Yeah, I'm sort of decorated. What happens traditionally in this church for the last 15, 20 years, after Interfaith, which is Tuesday, Wednesday is the day before Thanksgiving, we decorate the church for Christmas. We're going to do it this year. We're going to change. We're going to do it Friday after Thanksgiving. So instead of doing Wednesday, I had a number of requests. Can we please decorate on Friday? I said, yes, we can change the day. Traditional, what the heck, out the door, we change things. I'm going to change the way we've done a lot of decorations. We've done some traditional stuff, and it's going to be changed around. It's going to be really festive this year. So all of you who would like to join me and all the crazy people who want to play on Friday after Thanksgiving, I believe that's the 29th, come and join us. We're starting at 9 o'clock, and come play. And now if you'll please join me in our affirmation for today. I'll read it once, and you can join me for 2 more times if you wish. I am aligned with the energy of abundance. Oh, I like that. Yeah. I am aligned with energy of abundance. Once more. I am aligned with the energy of abundance. Fantastic. Now, please, oh, I already did that. I'm way ahead of myself. Dr. Ernest Holmes' promises, they are in your program and up on the monitors. I keep the promise that I have made myself to affirm in this moment that I'm abundant, healthy, wealthy, strong, and happy. I keep the intention to daily speak this truth to my inner soul, telling it that it is wonderful and marvelous, that it is one with the great cause of life, truth, power, and action. I whisper these things into my soul until it breaks forth into songs of joy, with the realization of its limitless possibilities. I assure my soul. And now for contemplation time. I invite you to relax, turn within and enjoy the moment. Chris? Thank you, Chris. Clay Bailar will now join me in lighting the flames of faith. We perform the Flames of Faith ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faith, all beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. The unity candle represents unifying nature of all religions, thought, experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light the second candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the third candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony, equilibrium, the natural way. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living, by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalist religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle, acknowledging all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principle. We light the 10th candle for inclusivity, affirming that all are welcomed here. And as Clay lights the healing candle, please put silently into light names of loved ones, knowing that they have the experience of eternal Spirit's love. And so it is. And let us continue in that presence. For the blessed words of Chris's song, thank you for life. Thank you for everything. I truly give my thanks for this congregation, for this center of spiritual living, for this spiritual family, which we are all one and part of, and the whole and the center one. We are blessed. And we are truly blessed by Reverend Valerie being here. I thank God every day and again today. I thank our board and all of the work they do, all the volunteer work they do, always stepping in, stepping up. Thank you each and every one for this beautiful day, for our wonderful auction that everybody's going to go have fun with. And it's just for fun. Thank you all for being here and for joining me in this sacred moment. And know that it is all perfectly well in spiritual place. And so it is.
Hello. Good morning. Woo, good morning. Yes, we start off so beautifully today with lots of goodies coming in our way. If you're here for the first time, a really, truly special welcome to you. We do honor all paths to Spirit. The God of our understanding in this philosophy is it's an energy that flows through us, because everything that we are can be broken down and broken down and broken down to energy. Every muscle, every nerve, every fiber is basically energy vibrating. So we are waves of energy. And I'm knowing that in these waves of energy that we honor all paths, whatever choice a person has made. In this philosophy, we like to say, change your thinking, change your life. Because it's really all about our thinking. And I know a lot of things happening in the world this last week. Woo! Lots going on. And so whether we're super happy or super confused or super bummed or whatever the feeling or emotion is, we can change that on a dime, knowing that we create our own reality. And in that, we have the option to think what we think and choose our own attitudes, knowing that every thought is a vibration in our body. So thinking things that make us angry or frustrated doesn't hurt anyone else, only hurts our body. I remember years ago, one of my first teachers, Reverend Brian Anderson in Vista, California, had us write a letter. And if you've taken my forgiveness workshop before, I've talked about this. And if you haven't, I've talked about this anyway, because I like to talk about it. Because it was such a pivotal moment, because in this philosophy, we have our 5 steps in treatment. We first recognize that there's only one power, one God, one essence, one energy that flows in us and through all of us. We are one with that. That we can change our life by changing our thinking, that we go to that gratitude space. I'm so grateful it is already done and complete, and I release it into the universal action of the law of life, the principle that says if you plant a seed, and it's a watermelon seed, an onion is not going to grow, it's going to grow in watermelon. So being aware of the seeds that we plant in the vibration of our mind. So Reverend Brian Anderson had us write a letter to someone we were mad at. What they did, how it made us feel, what we learned, and if we were willing to forgive them or not. Well, I was mad at my sister-in-law, so I was really down and dirty with it, just like I got yesterday, as Brandi so brilliantly said, down and dirty. I was just like, dear Shalane, here's what you did. Here's how it made me feel. What I learned is that you are just not a very nice person, and I might have used some very colorful words. And I learned that I don't want to be around you. And I couldn't even put love, that maybe someday in the future I will forgive you, but not today. So as soon as we got, I was so into it. You ever have something where you're just so into it? It's like, I was so into it, I was into it. So after we got done, he said, what is the first thing that we teach here? There's only one. There's only one. So everywhere you referenced, the other person crossed their name out and put in your name. Like, yeah, ouch. Dear Valerie, I've learned this about you. It was such the great aha that I have to remember that when I get caught up into any thoughts that are not serving me or anyone else. Terry Cole Whitaker used to say, if you spot it, you got it. So if I'm seeing something out there that I don't like, it's probably because it's prevalent in me. So if I'm seeing poverty out there, it might be prevalent in me. Let me see the good in life. Let me see the abundance in life. Because in that abundance, and this month is all about abundance, we break it down, fun, dance. So we're into abundance rather than scarcity. And when we get into that space of maybe a little scarcity, then we just remember to do the bun dance. Because we are abundant. Yes? Maybe we'll do it later. Thank you. All right, so I have some quotes up here, and thank you, Nick, because I am not taking the power today. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control your attitude toward what happens to you. And in that, you will be mastering change rather than allowing it to master you. Right? And one of the greatest teachers in that, for me, is Viktor Frankl. So I've been reading a little bit more about Viktor Frankl. He wrote the wonderful book, somebody knows it, Man's Search for Meaning. Thank you. Yeah, you know, I always want to attribute him to As a Man Thinketh, but as Man's Search for Meaning. And before he actually, if you don't know who Viktor Frankl was, he actually ended up in a concentration camp with the Nazis back in 1942. And so that was not that long ago. So Man's Search for Meaning, he was already starting this. He actually was a psychiatrist, and he was studying people that committed suicide, people that were thinking about it, and it's like, what is the meaning of life? And maybe, you know, I think of the song, What's It All About, Alfie? Because sometimes we may be thinking that in life. It's like, what's it about? Why is this happening? Why am I feeling this way? What is my mission? What is my purpose in life? So in Man's Search for Meaning, he really looks at our purpose in life is to discover our own purpose and what brings me joy and what moves me forward. So what he learned in the concentration camps that he was in for 3 years mean, they stripped him of everything. All of his family gone, all of his possessions gone, his work gone. But he said, the one thing they cannot take away from me, and I believe that's the next slide, everything can be taken away. Oh, it is the next slide. Sorry, I should change my fonts. Everything can be taken away from a man, but one thing, the last human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. We get to choose our thoughts. Nobody else can make me think something. Unless, as Ernest Holmes would say, we get hypnotized to the ways of the world. Let me choose my own thoughts, and let me tune in to that inner knower inside of me that just knows that it knows the right and perfect way to go. Because sometimes our intuition is speaking, and we're just like, I can't hear you, I don't want to hear you, because this is the way I want to go. Anyone ever have that happen? Yeah. So years ago, when my oldest son decided to move to Idaho and live with his dad, or wanted to live with his dad, I had to move from Nebraska to Idaho because I can't let the good work that I did be messed up, right? Yeah. So I did live across the street from my ex-husband for 4 years. Best day ever, yeah. Let me talk about changing my thoughts to change my life a lot and to have some direct, clear, loving conversations. And, always striving to come from love. Well, as soon as DJ, my oldest child, graduated from high school, his mission, always to be an actor, so it's like, okay, let's go back to California, because we had circled around the country for a while. So we went back to California, and I was working through the summer, and we're looking at all the different spaces that we could move so that we're settled for the school year for the rest of the kids. And you ever try to push a process, and it's just not working out? So I'm trying to push a process. I want this done. I want it done now. So I found this house to move into, and, sometimes things just don't quite feel right, but you're just like, shh, intuition, I don't want to hear you. And the woman living there gave me a key, and she said, okay, we're going to paint, and then you can move in on Saturday. And I had a dream the night before that something not quite right. But I gave her all my money, first last month's rent, cleaning deposit. Okay. We're going to move in on Saturday. So Saturday, I show up, and my heart is beating already because I feel like something's not in alignment. And I go up to the door, and there's a note that says, call LAPD, you have been scammed. Along with me and 6 other families. So key didn't work, and here I am with 4 kids, and I got nowhere to go. Now, I did have some options, but I called the person that was on the little note, and it's like, why is this happening to me? He said 6 other families had, and he had some conversations, but it was a rental scam from somebody that didn't even own the house. I'm like, oh man, I should have listened to my intuition. So I had some options. I mean, I could stay in California and be in some debt, or I could go back to Nebraska. So I had to sit with it and surrender to spirit and to that intuition, and not beat myself up so much for not listening to my intuition. It's like, okay, something bigger is happening. I don't know what it is, but something bigger is happening. So my dad had a space that he rented out, and it was available. So I said, okay, we're going to go back to Nebraska and regroup. So we went back there to Nebraska, a place I never thought I would go again. I was born and pretty much raised there, but back and forth and back and forth. It was not my favorite place because there's not a lot of opportunities. However, I was open. It's like, okay, Spirit, you're taking me there for some reason. My oldest son, DJ, the actor, got to do so much acting, got to be the star of every play, and it was a little community theater that did state competitions that always won. So he got his acting chops on really well. Also, I had been doing clinical hypnosis, but somebody said, why don't you do the stage hypnosis? The college there started working. Hey, we'll work with you, come on. I had opportunities I would not have had I not gone back there. It was something that I couldn't connect the dots forward. I can only connect the dots backwards. This happened to make this happen because there was a desire inside of me to do more with that. And so, not listening to my intuition, Spirit was still always making sure that our highest and best is unfolding. It's always conspiring for our highest and best. And even though that wasn't the route I would have taken, I was so grateful to meet the people that I met, to do the things that I did during that time. So just keep knowing the highest and best is always unfolding for each and every one of us, regardless of appearances that are right here. If we just jump on that train and say something wonderful is happening. It's this thing called life. And it may take us on a journey that it's like, I didn't see that coming. But I'm taking time every single day to tune into my intuition. I have an Ernest Holmes quote. There is one source of everything in the universe, which takes the form of the supply we need when we need it. That's in Discover a Richer Life. Takes the form. So my dad was a farmer, used to plant a lot of wheat, milo, corn. Anybody else in here ever detassel corn? That was like one of my first jobs. Yeah, there's male and female corn, and in order for the corn to be able to grow, you have to pull the top tassels on the female corn so that it will germinate and it will actually produce. And it's interesting to me, the country people that would share so much. You know, they would share with each other. So there's a story of a farmer who was planting corn, and his corn was the best corn. It was always getting awards. And so the newspaper came out, and the reporter said, what do you attribute all of this wonderful corn? And what he learned is that this farmer would share his seed with all of his neighbors. And he said, why are you sharing all of your award-winning seed with everyone else? Aren't you afraid that they'll win the awards? And he said, no, there's no fear there. We have this thing called wind, and all of the seeds grow in different places and they pollinate in different areas. If they have seed that isn't wonderful, then it's going to affect my seed. So I share it with everyone so that we all can have award-winning seed. And in this thing called life, being able to share and to give, and to know that our highest and best is always unfolding, that we don't have to hoard anything, that we don't have to block anyone else from the good. And I like to think that I keep that with me whenever I do a class, do a teaching. I share everything. You want the PowerPoint? Here. You want the class? Here. Go do it. Share it out in the world. Making sure that we're sharing the goodness, the greatness that we are. Allowing other people to rise up. Rise up to the next level. I have another quote by Dennis Merritt Jones, The Art of Abundance. As our individual abundance consciousness rises, it firmly affects the whole of mankind. When we are conscious of our oneness with the abundant universe and with each other, we are compelled to change, to become change agents for this good. This is when our generosity of spirit and our spirit of generosity merge and become a catalyst, guiding our actions, making the world a better place. One of the other things that we teach in this philosophy is that there is only one, and that our thoughts are things. Our thoughts are vibrations that go out there. So could we have a better thought about everyone that we greet and everyone we meet? Have you ever walked in a room and you could feel maybe it was a hostile environment? That's when I back up, take a breath, and then bring some love in there. It's like we all just bring some love to every place that we go, even if it's someone that maybe we've had an interaction with that wasn't great. This is where I like to visualize our conversations, because if thoughts are things, then I want to make sure that my thoughts about that relationship are good and harmonious. And trust me, when I lived across the street from my ex-husband, I did a lot of visualization, right? That we are having loving and wonderful conversations, that we're seeing the good in each other, that we're doing things that are perfect and wonderful for our children. And trust me, I have 4 amazing, wonderful children. One of them is a veteran, so I thank you to all of the veterans here for all of the service. Him and I have some wonderful conversations, and when my son Chris was over in Al-Assad, Iraq, phone would ring at 2 o'clock in the morning. And trust me, I'm running down the stairs. I am grabbing that phone because I don't want to miss a call from him ever. And I hadn't heard from him for a while, and he had signed up for an extended tour overseas, and why would you do this? So he called one time. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I answered the phone, and I said, why are you staying? He said, Mom, remember who I am. I bring an element of peace to the Middle East. I'm like, oh, that is my child, right? That is my child, bringing an element of peace everywhere we go, an element of love. And if we're angry about something, it's not hurting anything out there, it's only hurting something in here. Unless we get physical, you know. However, being at that love space and knowing that something wonderful is unfolding, and knowing that we bring an element of peace to everywhere we go, we bring an element of love to everywhere we go, we bring an element of a perfect vision. The Centers for Spiritual Living, we are about 436 worldwide, about 350 teaching centers, and then we also have small study groups that get together. But we are that wonderful space where we are visualizing and knowing that there is a world that works for everyone, that works for you, that works for me, that works for all of us. So being in that loving space. I want to read this story, and maybe you've heard it before. A woman was waiting at the airport one night with several long hours before her flight. She hunted for a book in the airport store, bought a bag of cookies, and found a place to sit. She was engrossed in her book and happened to see that the man sitting beside her, as bold as he could be, grabbed a cookie from her bag that sat in between the two of them, which she tried to ignore and avoid the scene. So she munched the cookies and watched for the clock and the gate. This is a very small print. And the gutsy cookie thief diminished this is such a great story. As the gutsy cookie thief diminished her stock, she was getting more irritated as the minutes ticked by, thinking if I wasn't so nice, I would blacken his eye. Right? With each cookie he took one or two. With only one left, she wondered, what would he do? With a smile on his face and a nervous laugh, he took the last cookie and broke it in half. He offered her half as he ate the other. She snatched it from him and thought, good grief. This guy has some nerve. He has to be so rude. Why didn't he even give some gratitude? She had never known when she had been so cheated, and sighed with relief as her flight called. She gathered all of her stuff and she went onto the plane. She boarded the plane and sat in her seat. Then she sought her book, which was almost incomplete. As she reached in her baggage, she grabbed with surprise, there was the bag of cookies that she had bought in the store. If mine are here, then she moaned in despair, the others were his, and he tried to share. Too late to apologize, she realized with grief that she was the rude, indignant thief. Yeah, great story, right? That's called The Cookie Thief. And, you know, such a great story because sometimes we're so righteous, it's like, how dare they? How dare they? Yet then we find out, oh, how dare I? And so making sure that we are tuning into the love and sharing and being in that space of gratitude and love and peace. I know I have another quote here. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. Every day we're planting seeds. Either we're planting seeds of goodness, gratitude, happiness, joy, or we're planting seeds of anger, frustration, jealousy. Let's not do that. Because I know from being a farmer's daughter that whatever you plant in the ground is what's going to grow. So we want to plant those seeds of love, forgiveness, goodness, joy, happiness, and tune into that childlike spirit. Come out and play, full out. Be excited about life. Let go of anything else that's happening out there, because as Viktor Frankl will tell you, regardless of what's happening out there, it only matters what's happening in here and in here. So making sure that we are being clear on our mind, our heart, our soul, and everything that we're putting into our bodies, besides the cookies, the thoughts, the judgment. What else are we putting into our bodies? And so I am going to know for each and every one of us that let's take all of this energy and go inside our heart of hearts as this wave of energy that we are, individualized expressions of spirit, that we just breathe in the fullness of life. We breathe in the abundance, and we exhale the gratitude that we share delightfully, lovingly, kindly, that we lift ourselves up knowing that we have a purpose-filled life, that we tune in to that inner knower that's guiding and directing, and we just say yes, yes, yes. And when intuition is speaking, we listen, knowing that something wonderful is unfolding, that the universe is conspiring for our highest and best. I am knowing that for each and every person here, the red carpet of life is rolled out, and you are welcome wherever you go, knowing that life is good and very good. And in gratitude, I just release my word knowing all is well. And so it is. All right. Thank you. All right, now the choir's going to come up. Choir, come on up. They're going to sing some music for us. They're going to come up with joy and excitement and enthusiasm. Yes. Let's give it up for the choir. Okay, now is that time for giving, knowing that we are in the reciprocity of life. Everything that we give comes back to us, abundant, overflowing, and goodness. And so let's say our giving affirmation together as the ushers come forward. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of the spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is. That God is all there is. Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is. That God is all there is. God is all there is.
Knowing that we take this gratitude, that we are so grateful for the givingness of each and every person here, for the love, for the giving of our talent, our time, our treasures. And in gratitude, knowing that wonderful things are unfolding for each and every one of us, I just release my word knowing all is well. And so it is. So it is. Okay. Remembering the bake sale right after. Yay, very excited. Also, I think Frank is going to do the prayers afterwards. So now what we do is we stand and we make a big circle as we welcome our children in. We're going to make a big circle and do our closing. Make a big circle out. All right, hit it. Let's go. Music. Music.
I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good, I can do anything. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good, I can do anything. It makes me feel so good, I can do anything. It makes me feel so good, I can do anything. Hey! Life is good, all is well. You can play the game and you can act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. that I'm better if you only